Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. The fuck did I just read? The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray-painted my hair with purple. In the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk, and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilt over my top. Bastard! I yelled angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking to the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection, only I'm a girl so I don't get one, you sicko. I'm so sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's alright. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter. Most people call me vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood. Tee! He giggled. Well, I'm a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah! I roared. We sat down to talk for a while, then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Draco and I held our white pale hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails with red nail polish. Again, see, does that sound like a Marusu to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then, we started Frenching passionately and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. Then he put his boy thingy in mine and we had sex! See, is that stupid? Oh, Draco! Draco! I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden a tattoo I'd never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in black gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. I was so angry. You bastard! I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand. Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot, I shouted. You probably had AIDS anyway. I put on my clothes all huffily, then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker! I yelled. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think! Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin and she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out that her last name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. "What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit?" Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. "Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco!" I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony is so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire, I'm bi and so is Ebony, for a while, and then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible times and now he is gothic. Like I'd hang out with a prep. "But I'm not going out with Draco anymore," said Vampire. "Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard," I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the Forbidden Forest where I'd lost my virility to Draco, and then I used to bust into tears. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. All of a sudden, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort! "No!" I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, "Imperius!" and I couldn't run away. "Crookshanks!" I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. "Oh!" I felt bad for him even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. "Ebony!" he yelled. "Thou must kill Vampire Potter!" I thought about Vampire and his sexy eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? "No, Voldemort!" I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. "No, please!" I begged. "Thou must!" he yelled. "If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco." "How did you know?" I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a "dude, you're so retarded" look on his face. The fuck did I just read? "I hath telekinesis," he answered cruelly. "And if thou doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco," he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. "Draco!" I yelled. "Hi!" "Hi," he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. "Are you okay?" I asked. "No," he answered. "I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me," I expelled. "That's okay," he said all depressed, and then we went back. Sorry. "That's okay," he said all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts making out. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron. Although we call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now, with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrists. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a steak. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs, and a tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly bust into tears. Hey, Bonnie, were you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser mogul bitch! See, is Dad out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying like a little bitch. We practiced for 1 more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't 'cause he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically nut swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists.